Hello, welcome again. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can download and install JDK 10 on your Windows operating system. Also, I'm going to show you how you can set up the environment path so that you can access Java C and Java from your terminal. Also, I'll show you how to set up the Java home directory in your environment. Let's go ahead and see. First of all, open up your browser and in Google, just type download JDK 10. JDK 10 is the latest release of JDK. It was released on last March 2018. So just hit the return key. The first link is the link that we are looking for. Hit on that first link. It's going to take you to the JDK download page. Scroll down a little bit. You'll find all the different versions of JDK for different platforms. If you're a Mac user, you need to download that .dmg file. You can see that third option. That's your file for Mac. Now, since we are using Windows, so I'm going to download this last file, that exe file. Okay, now please check that your system must be 64-bit. Okay, so I'm just hitting on this. Before hitting on that, we need to accept the license agreement there. So I'm just hovering on that radio button, accept license agreement. You need to hit on that. So that's accepted. Now I'm hitting on this file, that exe file, and it's going to ask me for the location. Here it is. So I'm going to save it on my C drive. I'll create a new folder there, and you can save it anywhere, any convenient location on your hard drive. So I'm going to create a new folder there, YouTube tutorial, under my C drive, and I'm going to put all the resources of this tutorial series here in this folder. So I'll just create another folder inside of that YouTube tutorial, and I'll save this exe inside of that. So now the download has been started, and it's going to take some time depending upon your internet connection. So I'll pause the video and we'll get back as soon as the download is done. Okay, so it's done. I have successfully downloaded that JDK on my hard drive. So I'm going inside of that folder. Just you need to hit on this and show in folder, and it will take you to the location where you have downloaded and saved that installer. Now just right click on this installer file and hit on this run as administrator. So I'm hitting on that. Immediately a system dialog box will appear, and it will ask your permission whether to proceed with this installation or not. So just hit on that yes, and immediately the installation procedure will start. Okay, so in this dialog box, just hit the next button, and then here it's actually showing the path where this JDK is going to be installed. I think that path is good by default, which has been selected by this installer. If you want to install JDK in a different location, then you can just hit this change button and can select a different location there. But if you just do not want to indulge yourself with this advanced thing, you can just left it as it is. The default location will be good. Just hit on the next button, and immediately the installation will start. It will start copying the files there in the selected location. The installer right now is copying the files to the JDK folder under the Java directory of my program files, which is under C drive. So that's the home directory of this JDK. I'll show you that once the installation is done. So it's copying the files. It's going to be there in the home directory. That is the Java folder under the program files under C drive. I'll show you that once this installation is complete. Okay, now this dialog box will come up after the file copying is done. Now what you need to do is to just choose the default options there. It's going to install the Java runtime environment, and just have this checkbox checked. Okay, you just need to select that checkbox, and that's the default. Okay, just hit on the next button, and it's going to install the JRE, the Java runtime environment, on your system. Okay, the installation procedure has been completed successfully. So I'm just closing this dialog box. Now the JDK has been installed in the Java directory under the program files. So just go to C drive and program files. That's the folder. And I'm expecting a Java directory there. Here it is. Under that Java directory, we can find this JDK 10.0.1 and that JRE 10.0.1. These are the two folders that you'll get there under the Java folder. Now I have all those previous versions installed in my system for my different purposes. So you can have more than one Java versions installed on your system side by side. You can have JDK 8 and JDK 10 installed side by side. But I'll strictly recommend you to install this JDK 10 because we are going to have the new features that were given with JDK 10. We'll be using them in our tutorial. So install JDK 10 on your system in this way. Now once that installation is done, what we need to do is to set up the environment variables, the path parameter first. Now this is the home directory, okay, for the JDK 10. You see that? Just hit on this yellow icon, folder icon in the address bar. So this is the path, the home directory of JDK. Just select this and right click and copy that. You need to copy this entire path. Okay, and we need to tell the Windows system that, hey Windows, here is the Java. If some other application requires Java, then Windows is going to tell that application where that would search for the Java or JDK. Okay, so we need to actually go to the control panel. Just type control panel on your search box, Windows search box, and hit on the control panel, or if you know any other way to reach to control panel, it's fair enough. Then find the system icon there. Okay, you need to go to the system icon, and here is the system icon. Just hit on that system icon and hit on that advanced system settings, and a dialog box will appear. This is the dialog box we are looking for. This is the system properties dialog box. You can directly get this system properties dialog box by typing here in this search box. Okay, if you type system properties here, it will directly open this one. Now hit on this environment variable button. Okay, so I'm hitting on that. Now here you're going to get two lists. One at the top, that's the user variable list. Another at the bottom, that's the system variables list. Now in the system variables list, just hit the new button and name the variable as Java_home and paste the path of that JDK directory. Okay, so what you have copied earlier. So don't forget to do this exactly how I have just demonstrated. Okay, so the name of the variable should be Java_home. All the applications, if they require Java in your system in order to execute, they would actually search for this particular name, Java_home, in your environment. So the name must be Java_home, exactly like this, and you should show the Java directory here. Okay, the JDK directory here, and just hit the OK button, and it's done. Now you need to set the path parameter. You'll find a path parameter there under the system variables list. Now please make sure that it's under the system variables list. If you set the path parameter here under the user variables list, then only the current user is going to avail this Java. It will be available, Java will be available only to the current user. Okay, but not for the other user of your system. If you want to make Java available to the current user only, then just set the path here in the user variables. Otherwise, set the path here in the system variables. That will make this Java available to all the users of this system. Just select that path and hit the edit button. Now here in the edit button, you see that I have already enlisted this, but in your path list, you're not going to get this one. Let me just delete that and let me add that once more for you. Just hit the new button. Okay, now here you need to type %Java_home. Now I hope you remember that we just created that Java_home variable \bin. Now what this is going to do, it's going to replace that path C:/program file/java/jdk 10.0.1 here. Whenever you are using % variable name %, Windows is going to replace that variable name with the value that we already set. So it's actually the bin directory under which the JDK is having the Java and Java-C, the compiler and the interpreter. They are there inside that bin directory. So we are telling the Windows where to look for if it encounters request for Java-C, that means the compiler and the interpreter. I'll show you that. So just hit the OK button, and here hit the OK button. Now we are done. Now you need to open the terminal. Just type CMD in your Windows search box. Now this command prompt, you'll see this. Just hit on that or hit the return key. So this is the terminal. Now just type Java-C and hit the return key. Now you're supposed to get many things there. If these things are appearing there, then it's okay. You are done with the installation and the configuration. You have set the path successfully. Okay, but if it is saying that Java-C is not recognized as an internal or external command, then there must be something wrong in setting the path or Java home directory. Please check that. Pause the video, get back and review the video. Okay, you'll understand the steps. Okay, so we are done installing the JDK in our system. Now let me show you something there. Inside this JDK folder, we have this bin directory. Okay, now go inside of that bin directory. You'll find many things there. And along with those other things, you are going to get this java.exe and that javac.exe. Now this javac.exe is the compiler. We'll be using this javac.exe in order to compile our Java file. And this java.exe is the interpreter or the runtime environment that is going to initiate the runtime environment. So we are going to use that java.exe in order to execute our Java program, and that javac.exe to compile our Java program. Now whenever you are going to request for the Java compiler, that means this Java-C, Windows is going to find this Java-C here because we have set the path. We have given this location to the environment of Windows. So let me show you that by compiling a simple Hello World program. So just open your Notepad or Notepad++, whatever the text editor you are comfortable with. You can use simple Notepad. I'll rather use Notepad. So here we go with the Notepad. And I'm going to write a simple Java program here just to print the Hello World. You just do not need to bother about the syntax. I'll explain each line of this program later on. Okay, just we are checking whether our installation is correct or not. So I'm just writing a simple Java program. That's it. Now I need to save this. So I'll just hit Ctrl S, and in this save dialog box, I'll just go to the C drive. This piece is C drive, and we have created a folder there, right? YouTube tutorial. So I'll create a new folder under YouTube tutorial, first class. And inside of that, I'm going to save this. Now, please make a note of this. If you are writing the class as hello, inside of which you have this main function. Okay, that main function is the starting function of your Java program. I'll explain that later on. If you do not know about the main function, don't worry right now. Just make sure that you have this class name as the file name. That's not mandatory. Okay, but still, I want you to do that. So the class name inside which the main function is right now is hello. So I'm naming the file as hello.java. The extension of the file must be .java. Make sure of that and just have it within the double quote. Otherwise, this notepad is going to extend, provide an extension .txt. So if you're just going like this without this double quote and hit the save button, it's going to save it as hello.java.txt. We don't want that txt by default, right? That default extension is not required here. We just want it to have the extension only .java. So just have it within the double quote if you are using Notepad. So just hit the save button and that's done. Now again, get back to the command prompt and we need to go inside of that YouTube folder. So cd / takes me to the root directory, that is C drive. Now change directory to YouTube tutorial, hit the return key. So we are inside of that YouTube tutorial, and then change directory to first underscore class. That takes me inside of that first underscore class. Now dir command is going to show me all the content of that particular directory, first underscore class, and we have this hello.java there. It's 113 bytes, right? So now what I'm doing, CLS is going to clear the screen. So what I'm doing, I'm just compiling that file, javac hello.java. That's the command. Now you are requesting the compilation here. So the Windows is going to search for javac.exe under the current directory, but it's not there, right? javac.exe is not under the current directory. It's there inside the bin folder of JDK. Now how the Windows is going to find that javac there inside the bin folder? Yes, it's going to find it because we have set up the path earlier. We told the Windows that where to look for javac. Although it's going to look up for that javac, first of all, inside the current directory. When it failed to find that inside the current directory, it will look up inside the path parameters, and it will find that path there. We have given that. So javac is going to execute now, and it's going to compile that hello.java, and that's successful. Since it gets back to the prompt again, it's successful. Otherwise, had javac, that means the compiler finds any error, syntax error, then it would enlist all the errors there, okay, with the line number and the error descriptions. I'll show you that as well. So first of all, let me show you something there. Now there is a file, you can see that hello.class that has been created by that compiler. That's the object file for Java. That's the output of the compiler. Okay, so that's the executable. We need to submit this .class to the Java interpreter. So we need to initiate the JRE by typing that Java and then space hello, the name of the class inside which we have the main method. We have the main method inside the hello class. So just type the name of the class. We don't need to type the class extension, only Java space hello. That's all. And hit the return key. So here it is, hello world. Congratulations, you have successfully executed the first Java program, and that displays hello world. Okay, let me show you something more there before I end. Let me just have some mistakes in my program. I just removed the semicolon there, and let me recompile, try to recompile that. So here we go, javac space hello.java, and we are going to get error. Yes, here it is, hello.java, line number 4. Here's the line number, error, semicolon, expected. You can see that it's showing that specifically with that mark there at the end of that line, exactly where the semicolon should be. So that's smart. Okay, so now if I just provide that semicolon and save it once more and get back to the command prompt and try to compile it once more, it's going to get compiled. And here it is, it's done. So that is how we can write a Java program, and we can compile and execute the Java program from terminal or command prompt. If you are using Mac, the commands are going to remain same. It's not different. You are going to use javac and space the file name, and you are going to use java space the class name within which the main is contained. The same procedure has to be followed if you are using Mac or Linux or Unix, whatever it is. Okay, so that's how you can install Java. You can configure Java home and path, and also you can compile and execute Java program on your Windows system. Thank you for watching this. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can download and install Eclipse IDE. That's the best one. Okay, and how you can write your Java program within Eclipse by creating a Java project, and how you can compile and execute Java program within Eclipse. Thank you for watching this.